Right, this video is looking at the first 4 rules of indices that we learned. And so here I've written down some scenarios and we can create our rules from here. So a to the power of m times a to the power of n. We know from class is a to the power of m plus n. So when it's got a multiply, we add the powers. When we've got a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n, then we subtract the powers. Here we have e to the power of m to the power of n, so we've got a power to another power. When we've got that, we multiply the powers. Then we've got a to the power of 0, and we know that anything to the power of 0 is 1. And so we're going to use these 4 rules. I'm going to go through just quite a few questions just using these in different scenarios. So first one here, just ignore the typics, a squared times a to the power of 12. If we've got multiply, we know that we do a to the power of 2 plus 12. I'm just going to write all the steps in to begin with, then we can start to speed it up. So a to the power of 20. That's you, so we've added the powers there. Question number 2 here. C to the power of 7 divided by c to the power of 7. Now, you might know what that is already because anything divided by itself is 1, but let's just show it using our rules. We would then do c to the power of 7 minus 7, because we subtract the powers. C to the power of 0, and anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that's our first 2 there. All right, using another rule. P to the power of 5 cubed. So we've got a power to another power. So we know when we've got a power to another power, we do p to the power of 5 times 3. We multiply the powers there. So that becomes p to the power of 15. Next one here. Y to the power of 100 over y to the power of 10. So obviously if we've got this fraction bar, that means divide. Y to the power of 100 divided by y to the power of 10. So when we are dividing, we know that we subtract the powers. So 100 minus 10. So that becomes y to the power of 90. Right, now we've actually got numbers here instead of letters. So 2 times 2 to 2 cubed. We know that that really is saying 2 to the power of 1. So that ends up being 2 to the power of 4. So if you actually have 2 to the power of 4, we're now going to actually find an answer. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again 8, times 2 again 16. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Again here we've got a number, so we're expecting a numerical answer. We're evaluating this, but first we've got 10 cubed and then squared, so we've got a power to a power. So you know that if you've got that, you're going to multiply the powers together. 3 times 2 is 6, so we have 10 to the power of 6. So we know that that's 10 times 10 times 10, and we're doing it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with 10 million there. 10 to the power of 6 is 10 million. All right, let's look at a few more. So we've got a different situation here because we've also, as well as the a cubed being squared, we've also got this 2 there. So make sure that you also square the 2. 2 is squared and the a cubed is squared. Because the 2 is inside the bracket, if the 2 was outside the bracket, it would only be the a cubed that was being squared. So 2 squared is 4. A cubed to the power of, or squared, power to a power, multiply the powers, a to the power of 6. Right, now we've got 50b to the power of 12 divided by 10b to the power of 6. So again, we've got numbers here in front of the letters. So you actually have to do the 50 divided by 10 as well as the b to the power of 12 divided by b to the power of 12. So 50 divided by 10, that's 5. B to the power of 12 divided by b to the power of 6. We know that if we are dividing, then we subtract the powers. So b to the power of 6. 12 minus 6 is 6. So that's you there as well. Right, we have a couple of different rules in one here. So on the numerator, we've got x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 4. We know that there we're going to add the powers. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So it's x to the power of 9 over x to the power of 6. And then we're dividing the powers. X to the power of 9 divided by x to the power of 6. So then we subtract 9 minus 6. We've got x cubed for that one. Right, this next one, 10x cubed to the power of 0. So that's one of our rules right there. Anything to the power of 0, that's going to equal 1. 10x cubed to the power of 0 is just 1. Right, 2 more we're going to do. So on the numerator here, we've got 5c cubed times 4c to the power of 7. So again, we've got to multiply the numbers as well. So 5 times 4 is 20. C cubed times c to the power of 7, add the powers. So c to the power of 10 over 2c to the power of 6. Then you've got to do this division. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. C to the power of 10 divided by c to the power of 6. When you're dividing, you subtract the powers. C to the power of 4. And that's you. And then final one, you could even pause and see if you could do this yourself. So we have 3q cubed all squared. So we're going to square the 3, that's 9. Q, power to a power, multiply the powers. 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 times 4, q to the power of 4 over 6q to the power of 7. So now that numerator, 9 times 4. So we've got 36. Q to the power of 6 times q to the power of 4. We're timesing, so therefore we're adding the powers. Q to the power of 10 over 6q to the power of 7. And then last little bit, dividing here. 36 divided by 6, 6. Q to the power of 10 divided by q to the power of 7. We're dividing, so you're subtracting the powers. Q cubed. And that's you. That's just a little bit of using the first 4 rules here in some questions, so you can try some of your own now.